tape rock to my tape pop. I let my tape rock to my tape pop. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt-N-Pepa and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl. I let my tape rock to my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Progressive Charlotte Half Mile, night number 2, round 14 of the 16-race Progressive American Flat Track Series. We're here at the dirt track, Charlotte Motor Speedway, getting set to go with our first round of qualifying. That is right, I said qualifying. No practice today. We're going qualifying for all 3 classes, opening ceremonies, and then our 3 main events. There is weather in the area. We're going to try to do our best to get the entire format in, to get all the main events in. That's where the money and the points are paid off. Getting set to go first will be the AFT Super Twins presented by Vance and Hines class. They're rolling on the track now. Briar Bauman will lead them out. Briar Bauman leads them out on the 1. The 9 is Jared Meese. 69, Sammy Halbert. 37, Bronson Bauman. 44, Brandon Robinson. 99 is Brandon Price. 23 is last night's winner, Jeffrey Carver. 67, Davis Fisher. The 20 is Jared Vanderkoy. So they get 2 laps, 2 sighting laps, and then the qualifying will begin. Again, 2 sighting laps out here on the half mile. First time the bikes have been on the racetrack here today. 2 sighting laps, and then we'll get into qualifying. There's a look at Briar Bauman, the 1 bike. Track is very wet. We did have some moisture overnight. They've worked it in. They've graded some off the top layer. They're getting them 2 extra laps out here to kind of knock off the shiny stuff, and then they'll get up to speed. Again, 2 sighting laps, and then the qualifying will begin. Look at the roost flying off the back tires of these motorcycles. It's coming at you really fast. You don't want to be behind somebody, kind of like Lima. Brand new surface was put down last week here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming out according to their point standings, Briar Bauman and Jared Meese have a definite points battle on the line. 9 points separating first and second in the point standings, the 1 and the 9 motorcycle. Sammy Halbert still up there in the 3rd spot in the point standings. Out of contention for the championship, though. Down the back straightaway, the 1, Briar Bauman, Factory Indian Motorcycle Progressive Insurance sponsored rider. SNS Cycle on the sponsor list as well. This is qualifying, only 1 round of qualifying today. Bauman on the back straightaway. Checkered flag will come out this time by. Here they come off of turn number 4. Briar Bauman picking up the checkered flag. Here comes a battle between Bronson Bauman and Brandon Price. And Brandon Robinson got up by the wall, backs off the throttle, reaches up, grabs the tear off. There's Meese across the start-finish line. We are qualifying out here today. Again, this is round number 14. We'll wrap up the season next weekend at the Daytona International Speedway, just outside the racetrack down there. Outside turn number 1 is the Daytona Short Track, but today we're at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 2nd time. Back-to-back, last night and tonight. Up next will be qualifying group number 2 for the AFT Super Twins. 27, Robbie Pearson will lead him out. 62, Dan Bromley. The 4 is Brian Smith. 79, Dalton Gauthier. 5, Jake Johnson. 95, J.D. Beach. 72, Larry Pegram. The 12 is Jay Maloney. The 11 bike is Andrew Luker. Missing tonight again is the 36, Kobe Carlisle. Had knee surgery a couple of days ago. He is out for the rest of the season. Taking his spot on the grid is the 11 of Andrew Luker on the Kieran Rackley Racing Indian. So I was told that the Super Twins are now getting a practice session in before they go to qualifying. So this is practice for the Super Twins. Was just corrected. So it's Super Twins practice. The 27, Bugs Pearson, out in front of the group. 62 is too tall, Dan Bromley. Bromley had some bad luck last night in practice and qualifying. Rallied late yesterday, did well. 62 just going into turn number 1. There's a 79 Dalton Gauthier, the 4 of Smith, 95 Jiggy Dog J.D. Beach, and there's Jake Johnson on the 5. The Worm, Larry Pegram, back here with the bright yellow numbers and the bright yellow on his helmet. It's Larry Pegram. White flag is out for the 27 bike, Bugs Pearson. White flag will be out for one more rider, the 72. And then the checkered flag is out. Actually, one more rider, and then the checkered flag is out for the 27 of Bugs Pearson, who was closing in at the back of the pack right there. So we're going to go straight back into Super Twins qualifying. So they went right back to the pit area. They'll circle back, and we'll come right back out onto the racetrack. Checkered flag will come out for a couple more riders out here. Very fast half mile. Charlotte Motor Speedway, the dirt track. There's the 11 of Luker and the 72 of Larry Pegram. So again, that was just practice. They decided to give him a couple laps of practice, and then we'll start qualifying. This is the AFT Super Twins. The group number 1 will roll right back out onto the racetrack. After the AFT Super Twins qualifying, we'll go into AFT Production Twins qualifying, AFT Singles qualifying, a real quick break, opening ceremonies at about 3:50 p.m., and then we'll get into our main events for all 3 classes. Again, an abbreviated program. We have that R word, precipitation, in the area, so we'll try to do our best to get it under, get the full program in here to get the main events in for sure. Here we go with qualifying. AFT Super Twins, the 1, Briar Bauman, 9, Jared Meese, 69, Sammy Halbert, 37, Bronson Bauman, 44, Brandon Robinson, 92, Brandon Price, 23, Jeffrey Carver, 67, Davis Fisher, and the 20, Jared Vandekoy. For you new fans out there, Vandekoy is on the factory Harley-Davidson XG 750s, the orange and black, right here at the back of the pack. All the rest of them on the racetrack are on the Indian FTR 750s. Briar, your points leader. He has a 9-point advantage over Jared Meese. Sammy Halbert, 3rd in the points with 1 win, 11 top 5s here in 2020. Bronson has 5 top 5s. He's been struggling as of late. And then Brandon Robinson making his way towards the front. He's had some strong finishes. Of course, he missed Dallas night round number 2 after breaking the bone in his right foot. So he's recovered nicely. Still out there riding with an injured right foot on crutches. When he puts that helmet on, he forgets all about that pain in his right foot. Robinson on the 44 bike, the Revolver. So this is qualifying. Jared Meese in the top spot, 19.868. All these riders will make the main. They're qualifying for their starting spot in the semifinal. So qualifying is very important today. Probably more so than anywhere else we've had so far this season. On the screen is the 9. That's the jammer, Jared Meese. Sammy Halbert at the top spot now. Now Brandon Price goes to the top spot. 19.785 for B. Price. Rip Systems of Dallas, Texas, Aztec Metal entry. 90. Now the 9 goes to the top spot. It's getting faster out there, race fans. The 9 is at the top spot. Now Sammy Halbert, he tops that, just as I say it. Sammy Halbert at the top spot. 19.691 for slamming Sammy Halbert. Here comes me, see if he can get that lap a little bit faster. Checkered flag coming out this time by for the big number 1, Briar Bauman. Bauman back there in the 6th position. That's not good enough to put him on a front row of our semifinals. Actually, it is. We'll have 4 on the front row of 2 semifinals, so top 8 will be on the front row. Sammy Halbert, top spot, waiting for a couple more riders to come on through. Jared Meese now at the top spot. The last second, Jared Meese goes back on top. 19.522 for Jared Meese. Now your quick qualifier. That'll put him on the pole of the main. No semis here tonight, so Sammy Halbert right now, 19.560. We have another group to go, though, before we can just hand that over to him. The 27 of Rob Pearson will lead him out. 62 is Dan Bromley. 4, Brian Smith. 79, Dalton Gauthier. 5, Jake Johnson. 95, J.D. Beach on the Yamaha. 72, Larry Pegram. The 12, Jay Maloney. 11, bike, Andrew Luker. In this one, 2 Harley-Davidsons. The 4 and the 79 on the factory Harley Vance and Hines entries. You have J.D. Beach on the Estenson Yamahas. Everybody else in this group are on Indian motorcycles as well. This is qualifying. Only 1 session of qualifying. This will get them into their main event. AFT Super Twins presented by Vance and Hines class. Qualifying is what we're looking at. Green flag is out there racing against the clock. The time to beat, 19.522. Bugs Pearson jumps up to 9th right now. Just getting up to speed. The green flag is just now waving. So the laps will start getting quicker, I'm sure, just like they did in that last group. Pass for the 2nd position on the racetrack. Here's your leader off of 4th, the 27 bike, Bugs Pearson. We'll watch that timing and scoring update. The 5, Jake Johnson up to 9th. Bugs Pearson, the 27 bike, up to 7th. So the 27 is the fastest bike on the racetrack right now. And he's out front. Robbie Pearson from Washington, Illinois. Jake Johnson reaches up, grabs the tear off. Dan Bromley's right behind him. Then J.D. Beach on the track. J.D. back there in the 15th spot right now. This is it for qualifying for the AFT Super Twins. White flag already flying for the 27 of Bugs Pearson. Here comes Jake Johnson behind him. The 62 is Dan Bromley. Bugs Pearson up to 4th right now. That'll put him on the front row of tonight's main event. Robbie Pearson up to 4th quick on this final lap. Jake Johnson jumps up to 6th. That'll put him in row number 2. Here comes the checkered flag. Robbie Pearson, they call him Bugs. Taking that checkered flag, he will be 4th quick. That'll put him on the front row of tonight's main event. Jake Johnson will settle in there 6th. Dan Bromley is 9th. Dalton Gauthier 14th across the line. Andrew Luker 11th on the 11. Larry Pegram and Jay Maloney. So your quick time, your fast qualifier in the Super Twins, it is the number 9 of Jared Meese. That'll put him on the front row. Briar Bauman, if he's going to keep his championship battle close, he's back there in the 11th starting spot. That is how they qualify for today's main event. So it's Jared Meese, your quick time, 19.522. Sammy Halbert second, 19.560. Brandon Price is third, 19.710. And Bugs Pearson is 4th. Here comes the AFT Production Twins. We still have a championship battle up for grabs in this class. The 43, James Rispoli, will lead them. 1, Corey Texter. 25, Ben Lau. 68, Ryan Varnes. 64, Danny Eslick. 49, Chad Coase. 42, Jeremiah Duffy. 96, Cody Johncox. And the 50, Jimmy McAllister. This is qualifying. How you end up in qualifying gets you into tonight's main event. There are no semifinals here tonight. 2 groups, AFT Production Twins. The championship battle is between the 43 and the 1. Rispoli has a 38-point advantage. Last night's winner was Corey Texter. He's currently 2nd in the point standings. There's a look at the number 1 G&G Yamaha. After qualifying is all done, we'll have a quick break. We'll do opening ceremonies. We'll pray, we'll sing, and we're going to go racing with our main events here today. This nice, cool, overcast day. 43, James Rispoli out in front. 7 wins on the season. Last night finished up 4th, just off the box. He's only been off the podium 2 times in 2020. That's why he has the points lead. Corey Texter won last night. He's got a first or a second in the last 4 races. Corey Texter on that 1 bike. It is the 43 of Rispoli. Now that, just as I say that, the 49 goes top spot. Now 43 back on top. Rispoli, 19.974. James, the Rocket Rispoli out in front, has the quick time. Rispoli on the 43, Harley Davidson. Chad Coase on the 49, Harley Davidson, second fast so far. Ben Lau on the Yamaha, the 25 bike, is 3rd. Varnes is 4th. Corey Texter on the 1 bike is currently 5th. That'll put him on row number 2 of the main. We have 17 entries here in the Production Twins class today. Leader coming off at turn number 4, this time by the white flag, will come out. 1 lap to go for the Rocket, James Rispoli. 25, Ben Lau chasing him down. There's the 4-time Daytona 200 winner, Danny Eslick, on the Scott Power Sports McGrain Racing Kawasaki. Lap times are getting faster every lap. Rispoli at the top spot. Checkered flag is out for a few more riders. James Rispoli, the 43 bike, has the quick time, 19.852. Chad Coase at the very back of the pack. He is 2nd quick, 19.948. Ben Lau is 3rd, 20.112. Up next is group number 2. Some of these guys have to hustle back over there. They'll be switching onto their singles motorcycles. Group number 2 in the AFT Production Twins qualifying is the 31 of Dylan Bell on the Harley, 175 Pat Buchanan, 222 Mitch Harvitt, 167 Garrett Wilson. The 10 is Johnny Lewis on that Royal Enfield, 144 Jerry Alexander, 15 Gary Ketchum, and the 123 that is Shelby Miller. Group number 2 set to come on to the racetrack. Again, we're going from qualifying straight to main events. There are no semifinals here today. We'll do our best to get everybody in and get all the main events in before Mother Nature changes our mind. This is group number 2, Production Twins. 17 entries here today. They're racing for the top spot right now. The qualifying top spot is a 19.852. Last night's winner was Corey Texter. Chad Coast was second. Ben Lau was third. They were all in that last group. The 31, Dylan Bell, out there finished up 13th last night. Shelby Miller out there on the 123. He ended up 9th place in the main event last night. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit out here at the dirt track, Charlotte Motor Speedway. 31 out in front from Hoisington, Kansas. Out in front, Dylan Bell. Up to 6th quick so far in the 31 bike, 2:0.432. His last time by was the quick time. The 10 to Johnny Lewis back there in the 10th position right now in that Royal Enfield. Everybody spread out around the racetrack. This is final round of qualifying. Only one round of qualifying today for all 3 classes. White flag will come out for the next rider. That's the 31 Harley Davidson XG 750 of Dylan Bell from Hoisington, Kansas. Behind him, the 175 Pat Buchanan from Michigan. He used to be national number 75. Harvitt reaches up, grabs the tear up on that number 222. Last lap. Checkered flag is out for the 31 of Bell. He ends up in the 6th spot. That'll start him on row number 2 of the main. Pat Buchanan right there on the 175. Rispoli at the top spot in Production Twins, 19.852. That was Rispoli. Chad Coast is 2nd. 3rd is Ben Lau. 4th is Ryan Varnes. 5th is Corey Texter. Dylan Bell is 6th. Danny Eslick 7th. Cody John Cox is 8th. Jeremiah Duffy is 9th. Johnny Lewis on the Royal Enfield is 10th. Pat Buchanan is 11th. Mitch Harvitt is 12th. Shelby Miller is 13th. 14th is Garrett Wilson. 15th is Jimmy McAllister. 16th is Jerry Alexander. And 17th is Gary Ketchum. A little bit of moisture coming down right now. We still have qualifying up next for the AFT Singles presented by Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. We determined the champion last night. Dallas Daniels locked up the championship. He ended up leading 11 laps last night in the main event. His 26th lap main event. Dallas Daniels ended up leading 11 laps total. Morgan Mishler came up just a little bit short by 0.067 seconds. As Mother Nature is putting some moisture on the racetrack. So the folks looks like they're heading back to the pit area right now. Mother Nature is putting some moisture on the racetrack, so we'll see what happens. Mother Nature, see if she can hold off for a little bit. They are watering the track for us right now. We've got both of our qualifying in. Earlier this week, Ricky Rackman went to slide school up there at Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Let's take a look at what he learned.
So I'm the rookie with the American Flat Track team, and even though I've been watching flat track for many years, I've never ridden a motorcycle on the dirt, ever, until today. I'm at Moto Anatomy. This is a school that's run by Johnny Lewis, and basically he teaches people like me that have never been on the dirt to ride flat track style, slide school.
I got my body rotated, my knee is driving into the tank, because as we go into the corner, it's basically me leaning to the right and pushing the bike down, and that allows the bike to go into the corner a lot easier. You're not really using your hands to turn the motorcycle. All we're actually doing is actually add pressure one way or the other.
So one of the things that's the biggest mistake that I'm making is how to put the leg out. If you've ridden motocross, you know, put it out in front. But I'm watching Johnny Lewis right there. And what you do is you have to take your leg out and really like adjust it like that, arm straight. I'm really good at doing it off the motorcycle. Getting it on the motorcycle is a different story. But watching Johnny Lewis do it is pretty amazing. It gives you such an appreciation for the guys and girls that you see out doing it on the track.
We don't go into the corner and then go, oh, I got to get this leg out even more. We have to get the stretch out first to then allow the bike to come through.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. They're telling me exactly what I need to do and I can feel it. But now, I know this doesn't make sense, but they all say to go faster, you got to go slower to go faster. So now we're going to add a little bit of back brake, which you'd think would feel the safer way to go around, but that also adds a little bit of slide, which I'm a little sketchy about. I'm telling you though, I'm having so much fun, but now we'll see what happens when we add a little rear brake to it.
So you can get in there, hold the brake. When you normally pick the throttle up, you can just then start to pick it up and then slowly let off the rear brake. That'll just keep the bike loaded all the way through. And then it feels like if the bike's running wide a little bit, you can just use a little more brake, tighten the corner up, and then accelerate off.
I'm using muscles that I've never used before, which would be every muscle, but you're really supposed to put the leg out like that, and I'm starting to feel it in the hip muscles a little bit. And it gives you so much more appreciation for what these guys and girls are doing out on the track, but of course they're doing it at about 130 and I'm doing it at about 10. Well, that wraps up my first day ever on the dirt at Moto Anatomy. I need to thank Bree and Royal Enfield and of course Johnny Lewis with Moto Anatomy. The only problem is that it was so much fun that I really, really want to do it again. And if you want to do it, just check out motoanatomy.com or Royal Enfield's website has a link. I'm going to go out one more time.
Sure looked like Ricky had some fun out there at the slide school as Moto Anatomy Slide School. And there's some of our fans who've done it the right way. They're doing their social distancing and trying to stay dry out here. Mother Nature's watering the racetrack right now. We'll take a look at the radar and see what it looks like. It's all coming towards us right now. Hopefully it blows on through and we can get right back onto the racetrack. But we're kind of in a holding pattern right now. It's definitely way too slick to get out there.